Today on the bench I'm going to show you a great little pattern that we like to use in shallow water. When we're fishing shoal areas or really shallow water, and I'm talking 4 to 6 feet, this pattern shines, and it's Don's little black chironomid. Make sure you have these materials ready before you tie the fly. For the hook we're going to use a size 18 Klinkhammer dry hook. We'll use some 6/0 black thread to tie with, some fine red wire for the ribbing, some black stretch flex for the body, a small super white bead for the bead, and some fluorescent orange fabric paint for the wing buds. I started the fly off by putting on the bead and tying in my thread. Now I'm going to take my fine red wire and tie it in at the back of the hook, and we'll use this to rib the body up in a little bit later. Once the fine red wire is tied in, take some of your stretch flex and I'll tie it in around the mid part of the hook. And once I've got it in and grabbing, I'll start pulling it. I'll pull it real thin. Chironomids have a very thin body. And I'll wrap this back to the rear of the hook, wind my thread forward, and then start winding in the body. And when you're winding in the body, keep pulling on the stretch flex quite hard at start till you get about halfway up the hook, and then ease off and start building up just a slightly tapered body towards the bead. Once the body's tied in, we're now going to take our red fine wire, and again I take 2 wraps right at the back of the hook just to form kind of a little red bud on the fly, and then take 6 to 7 wraps up the body to form the segmentation. For the next step, I'm going to build up a little bit of thread to form the thorax, and I don't want a whole bunch at the beginning or behind the bead. I just want enough to form a slightly tapered body from the bead down to the main body. And once I have a little bit of a taper build up there right at the head, I'm going to whip finish in preparation to put on the wing buds. For the next step, you're going to have to be able to turn your vise. And what I do is like to turn the vise down and on an angle, because the wing buds on this fly are going to go on each side. We're going to put one wing bud on one side of the fly and then turn it over and put another wing bud on the other side. So you have to have a vise that turns. So now that I have it turned, I'm going to take a little bit of my paint and just put a small dab of my orange paint, fluorescent paint, right from the bead down a little bit into the body, just to form a small orange wing bud on both sides of the fly. Okay, same thing. So this fly has been exceptional everywhere we've used it, especially in shallow water. So again, if you use this fly in deep water, it is effective, but it really comes into its own in shallow water. And I think it's because of those fluorescent orange wing buds. It really attracts the fish. Give it a try. I think you're going to like it. To watch all our latest Sport Fishing on the Fly episodes and to order Sport Fishing on the Fly merchandise, head to www.sfotf.ca. And if you would like to book an adventure like this one shown, head to ontheflyadventures.ca and book yourself the trip of a lifetime.